Good morning, evening, afternoon, night, wherever in the world you may be, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing today? Well, as many of you know, as y'all have heard, that fella, what was it? At Mall of America or something like that. Dude threw a 5-year-old over a third-story balcony. Man, I just haven't been able to really get over the fact of knowing that children are not safe around certain groups of people in this country. Uh, you know, I've got 2 kids of my own, and I couldn't even begin to imagine the horror that this family has had to deal with uh, having their 5-year-old thrown off of that blasted balcony because a stupid piece of crap, you know, whatever the heck was going through his mind at that time. He should have never got a hold of a child and done that crap too. This is ridiculous. And I've been thinking about it all day. You know, why so many people come here and decide to do this to other people. Makes no sense. This violent bull crap. This needs to stop. Okay. I don't know what the status of that child is. And prayers do go out to the family of this child. Not so much for the piece of crap that did it. You know, I believe in an old saying, and I'm pretty sure that most of you, if not all of you, heard it. An eye for an eye. You know, this used to be an awesome country to live in. Now I'm questioning this. You know, we need to come together as a country. We need to quit being divided and come together. It doesn't matter what your nationality is. It doesn't matter. Heck, and I'm not just doing this toward any specific culture or race or whatever it is, you know. Because I welcome everybody into this country with open arms, as long as they've done it legally. You do it the correct way, you know. But I noticed something with a lot of the, what was it? He was Muslim or something, and you know, I've heard so many people talk about the religion that they have or whatnot is a peaceful religion. It's not so peaceful whenever you have grown men taking their anger out, whatever the heck that he was aggravated and pissed off about, could do such a thing to a child, an innocent child. It used to be a badass country, you know, a country where, you know, if you lived in small little towns, everybody knew everybody. You know, you could go and you know, let your children go out into the neighborhoods and play. You didn't have to worry about stuff like that, you know. And whenever the child did wrong, guess what? The parents was nowhere around. Oh, your neighbors busted that ass. Okay. When you done wrong, neighbors busted your ass, took you to your parents, and then you got another ass whooping whenever your daddy come in. Oh, that was. We all thought that we thought they were all asses, you know. But even for the ones that didn't have fathers around and their mothers took and done the same thing, as long as the parents were around and they done that, it was awesome. We didn't understand it in the beginning. We were like, well, you can't touch me, you can't do this, you can't do that. And nowadays, everybody wants to call the cops over some crazy shit. Everybody wants to get a hold of child services. A famous comedian, I can't remember which one said it, but he was influenced by one of his white friends in his act, talking about white friend told him, "Oh, your parents can't touch you. Nobody can touch you now. All you gotta do is just threaten to call the services or whatnot." I remember him telling. Now this actually did happen though. He was like, "Oh, really? Well, it's gonna take them such and such amount of time to get here. That gives me just enough time to beat the absolute shit out of you." What happened to this country? I know I'm not the perfect person to talk about certain things out here in the world, but this is one of those things that if we don't come together, that we're gonna fall even worse. And I know that so many people dislike the president that we got nowadays, as well as, heck, I didn't like the one that we had before, but he was still president. It's got nothing to do with the culture or whatnot. It's just Obama actually divided this country even worse. Don't ever go and vote for somebody just because they're a certain race or a certain religion, because we've never had that in office. It's you gotta do like my old lady always says, go for the lesser of the two evils. And famous comedian George Carlin, Lord rest that man's soul, that even he had mentioned, where do y'all think these people come from? They come from American families, just like us out here that's voting for them. They come from the same type of families as us. We're all humans. And I just can't wrap my head around this. First thing people need to notice and understand is we're human beings. We all bleed red. We all have one life to live. I understand some people say, well, that just gives me more of a reason to live in the fast lane or to do this. It's only live once. But that was just uncalled for. But, we need to grow up and take this country back and make it great again. We need to come together. Because what was that famous quote that Abe Lincoln, I think it was, said according to the history books? A house divided will never stand. And that's basically what's going on with our country right now. Y'all try not to do anything stupid out here, people. Come together as one. Because I love everybody equally. I hate everybody equally, That's life. if life was meant to be was meant to be so easy, then think about that. Life's not easy. Life's never been easy. For most of my childhood coming up, I wasn't fed with a silver spoon or golden spoon or whatever they call it. I had hell coming up. I always hated my parents for whenever I was disrespectful back then, beating me, trying to knock some sense into my hard-headed ass, because I'll say it now. Yes, I was hard-headed. Yes, I deserved everything that I got as far as that went. I hated them in the beginning, but now I understand exactly what happened as to why. As everybody deserves that second chance. Some people get 7, 8, even 9 chances. Yeah. But if you ever hard-headed, just mean ass, just wanting to hoop and holler and cuss and fight all the doggone time, you know what's going to happen? It's going to catch up to you, and people's going to see you doing certain things in your life coming up, and people treat you accordingly to how you screw up. I mean, I never thought that I was going to even be in a truck. I never thought I was going to be a truck driver. I've been doing this now for right here at 5 years, and hey, it's amazing that how long I've been out here doing this. And whenever I got my second chance, actually I think it was more like a third or fourth chance in this thing. But you know what? I grabbed that bull by the horns and I wrestled it to the ground. That's right. Going all the way through school, even. A lot of the guys back in school, they always they done things to me that it wasn't right. But they're the ones with everything that went on in my life that has pushed me to where I am today. I'm not mad at any one of y'all, that are able to see this out there. I'm not mad at you. Oh no. If I was mad, it'd be much worse. But I want to thank each and every one of you for the ones that pushed me into this right here. Whether you were a believer in me or a disbeliever in me. That's what made me me. I got a family back home. I love them. I'd do anything for them. Including taking a knife, a bullet, taking whatever it was that I needed to for them. Back then, people would always, more or less come back and say, I do this, I do that, and they back out of it whenever they think about what's going on. But whenever you grow up and you have kids, and you love your children, you take care of your children, it's a real eye-opener. It opened my eyes a while back. I got a 7-year-old daughter, Oh, that was a handful right there, let me tell you. Oh, I can't wait for her to come up in the whole dating scene. Because every father's dream about having a daughter, just so we can scare the ever living dog crap out of the boys that come around whenever they start dating. You know what I mean? We got to set them straight. We got to make sure that their hearts are in the right place. We have to be men. Got a 10-year-old son that, you know, he's caught up in a pretty nasty divorce. You know, I haven't really got a chance to see him a whole lot. I mean, I've seen him once a few months ago, and hoping that this home time right here, I can get both him and my daughter together. You know, pretty much get them to start knowing one another, and for him to know me, because he doesn't even know me right now. He just knows me as some strange man, you know. And he is autistic. But whether he himself is autistic, or my daughter, whenever she was born, she had fluid built up in her ears. We didn't know what was going on with her. We didn't know that she could not hear us or whatnot, you know. And she's behind on everything. But you know, no matter whether they're slow on the uptake, no matter what the condition is, I still love my children. And I'll be damned if somebody, you know, like that stupid Emmanuel piece of crap, I'll be damned if I sit back and watch that happen. I'll be ready to kill at that point. You know, I understand that we got a processor we need to go through here. You know, getting law involved and all of this. But I'll be the first to tell you, well, from my point anyway, I'll be ready to kill somebody. I'll be ready to go to prison, willing to go to prison. Somebody does that to my child, to either one of them. I grew up here a while back, man, and late women, you know, all y'all out there. It wasn't easy growing up, but I finally grew up and I realized that I must be here for a purpose. What that purpose is, I don't know just yet, but I'm pretty sure that it will come in time. Holy moly. Yeah, it's been a long day for me, ladies and gents. It's been a long day for me. And so, with me pretty much being out of time, I'm gonna get myself, try to get myself ready and prepared for bed. I'll clean the truck up a little bit here. I'm gonna have to start off early in the morning. Pretty much losing an hour going into Eastern time. I'm in Illinois right now, here in Marshall. I gotta go clear to the other side of Indiana on 70 over to Richmond. Got a 8 a.m. appointment in the morning, and I will be there. Oh, I just hope and pray that I can actually get a solid rest break rather than waking up, 4 or 5 times before my time. But anywho, I believe this rain's going to help me out with that too. So, for all my friends and family back home, if it's hot where you are, stay cool. If it's cool where you are, stay warm. If it's raining where you are right now, stay dry. Just stay dry. Y'all get out there. Y'all stay safe. For God's sake, don't do anything stupid. Let's take America back and make them great again. Let's grow up, ladies and gentlemen. I will catch y'all later. Holla.